And now, ooh, I hear it.
I hear the
All
music.
right, it's coming. It's coming.
You know what that means? It's time for That Checks Out, everybody, with Damon and Ted. He's Damon, that makes me Ted. I did it backwards this time, just to change it up.
So I do appreciate you doing it backwards. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I did it. You first is backwards.
That's why I caught it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait
He
a minute.
can't do anything different at all.
For those of you watching the YouTube,
Yeah.
other episodes will be above Damon or down below. I get it when they can't figure out where the corner is, but when they're like, I'll put the information in the down, and they can't figure out where the down below is.
Right.
Like I'll figure where the
Yeah.
like,
Or I
is the information going to be in your belt buckle? Like, what are we talking
Or
about?
I like to when they're on a screen and like it's the whole phone number. So you're like, that's going to take they're going to blow it up. It's going to be part of the screen. And they're like, it's right here. It's like, no, it's right. Just do this. Just go right across. You'd be like, it's right here.
It's going to be right in this area.
Yeah. It's right here.
Right in this area.
Yeah. You know where stupid is? It's right here. Okay. And then the number's right here.
Go to YouTube and watch that. It'll be funny.
Yeah. So,
All right. So
we'll do a little catching up.
catching up. We're going this week, last week, 4 weeks ago. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a
but
while.
I do want to point out something I saw when I was with you. I saw a $175 coffee mug. And you did not seem to be thrown by that at all.
Oh, at the Best Buys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw it as like just technology.
Well,
and
I said you didn't need one. I just
right.
said, Yeah.
But I'm saying like I was appalled that it existed.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's there. I'm kind of done with it.
I don't know who needs. I think it even had an
And
app.
all it did was I think you could just like you could be across the room and be like, rewarm
Yeah.
or stay warm. I don't think it did anything else.
No, it was. I mean, but there was an app you put on your phone
Yeah. It's not like it went and got you coffee.
to tend to your coffee.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
When people like show up with like tiny things of coffee, like
Yeah.
tiny containers of coffee, I'm like, okay,
Drink it.
yeah, where's the rest of that? Where's the rest of that coffee? Like, I come in here with a large every time
Right.
because I will finish a large.
Yeah.
I just don't. Are you still working on that 8 ounces of coffee? Like, that's a shot of coffee. Just put it in your mouth and let's get on with it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. So this was 175. Probably if you filled it from base to rim, 12 ounces.
Oh
tops.
yeah, for sure.
And like
That's if you spill it.
Yeah.
You
That's if you can't even breathe near it.
Yeah.
Like you can't put it in Jurassic Park because it'll be like,
Yeah. You're gonna leave it on the
and like
table.
the ripples will just
You're gonna leave it on the table, bend down, and take your first drink. But
that's-
no, I just wanted to point that out because I didn't know that kind of tech. First off,
I didn't know this is where we were going.
yeah, I didn't know it existed, and I didn't know that it was necessary.
Yeah.
That's what gets me because they had it up on like an end cap by the register, which sometimes that's like, hey, we can't sell these. Let's put it in front of people.
Hey, you know what I'm going to buy at an impulse?
$175 coffee mug.
$175 coffee
Right.
mug.
Hey, just in case you really want a coffee mug that probably holds as much, if not more, we have them with our face on them.
Right.
So
If you'd like a regular coffee mug,
yeah.
we'll blow them out $10 each.
Yeah. And honestly, the app has nothing to do with keeping it warm. You would have to go to the microwave and warm up your coffee if you want to. But it is microwave
Now, I have a
safe.
coaster that plugs into a USB
Yes, I've seen those.
that keeps it warm.
That's like a candle warmer.
It was,
I've seen those.
I think it was $7.99.
Yeah.
Can you control it with your phone?
I needed to do 2 things.
Yeah.
I needed it to be hot and
Yeah.
keep my desk from getting wet.
Yeah.
I do
that's
not
it.
need an app for that.
No. What's the odds that you're
Also, I'm drinking. I have iced coffee, so I don't understand why I would need that.
Yeah. Well, and at the same time, if your coffee cup doesn't get Wi-Fi, are you screwed? It's like, I can't pair to my mug.
Pairing.
Yeah.
Pairing.
You know what it says? Do not put cup in microwave.
Or-
You're like, damn it.
The second,
You mean I got to drink this right now?
Right.
2 seconds later, it's like your cup has lost connection to the internet. Well, can I still drink from it? I don't understand. Like, what do we do?
It's got a cover, goes right over like a force field. No, you will find signal again before you drink this coffee. So, meanwhile, it's just boiling it. It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just boiling it. So no, I wanted to bring that up if for no other reason than just be like, I didn't even know that existed.
I'd seen it before, so
Okay.
that's why it didn't shock me.
I mean, I know
the,
there's crazy stuff.
the shock had worn off by that
Yeah,
point.
you did not have any of the raw emotion I had, which was
No.
like, how?
No,
Why?
I was also not concerned when they had a TV in the refrigerator that was bigger than the TV I had growing up.
correct.
Now, I went the other way. I went
Yeah.
north-south instead of east-west, but I was like, okay.
Well,
And you were like, does it tell you what's in the fridge? I'm like, no.
right.
You see that Walgreens is people are boycotting it because they took out the glass in the doors, put TVs where the doors are so you could see what's behind it. So people didn't have to look through glass, I guess. Difficult. But
Yeah.
then you open the door and like it's out of stock or it's like not what's on the picture and everything. And so people are now just holding the doors open longer than they would have.
The Walgreens by my house is like that.
Yeah, right.
Really?
I
So
thought it was cool, but yeah, it's just disappointment.
You're like-
yeah, you open it up and you're like, oh,
Like in the freezer section, like the cold section? Is that
cold,
what it is?
cold drink
okay,
section.
Okay, cold drinks.
Yeah, it'll say like, Pepsi, Coke, iced tea, whatever, Arizona, and you open it up and it's like, bye. And you're like, no, I don't want this gross water. And you shut it and you go home.
Where are you at? I had to pull up to the rail at the gas station. I'm waiting on my Pepsi. Please tell me there's a Pepsi truck in this parking lot. Otherwise, we're screwed.
Yeah, can you please pull up? I spent some Branson money since we last
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
spoke.
The healthy amount of Branson money, huh?
I didn't get the bill, so I guess sure. Yeah, seems about right.
Well, the place you stayed was very nice.
Oh yes, I stayed at Grandma Beulah's
Yes.
Airbnb.
Yeah, it was really nice. Like I said, that's why I just
Were
figured.
you there?
He saw pictures.
Oh, okay. Seems like he was hiding in your closet or something.
No, it was big enough.
Pretty,
I'll go to that when you're done. You talk
yeah.
about this, but you come back to the closet thing. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, Mac. Now I don't like you.
Mac, remind me of closet. Write it down.
Closet. Got it.
Closet. Yeah, no, it was a fun time. It was a kind of a quick trip, but we hit the usuals for the Branson. We went to the sister park to Dollywood, Silver Dollar City.
Yeah.
Saw our friend Terry Wayne Sanders in his. I saw him in Silver Dollar City because he does multiple characters there. I saw him in Shepherd of the Hills outdoor drama. Does a character there. His son's in that as well. Saw them both, and he does a show called C.J. Newsom's Classic Country and Comedy, and he's the comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
He doesn't get a name on it. So
No, but he is musical though too, isn't he?
No, it's mostly comedy.
Mostly comedy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but
And
he seems to be
full
extremely
discretion,
talented.
it also is his Airbnb.
Yeah.
So-
right.
The whole Branson weekend was sponsored by Terry,
Yeah, that's all right though.
paid for by us.
But it looked really cool. It really
Yeah,
did.
it's a good. My mom enjoys it. That's the whole point. I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
I think by this point, after 300 years of doing it, I'd probably go somewhere else. But it's what she likes. She can't do it herself, so that's why I go to.
Well, and it's family bonding time. Did you go to the theme? Did you go to the park?
I did, yeah.
That's what I figured, right? Yeah, because you go on some rides and go screw around, right? Half day, whole day? What'd you do?
No, this is a full day.
Full day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was like 100 degrees down there.
Oh, I can imagine because it was hot here.
Yeah,
I can imagine it was hot there.
boiling. The nice thing about that park though is it's all in it's in the Ozark Hills,
Mhm.
so they're hills, not the nice part, but it's all shaded. It's all old school shade. Like it's
Gotcha.
not like new tree. I mean, it's.
But you probably don't have much of a breeze then either.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in, I don't stand still and be like, wow, it's hot. I kind of move around, pop into the shops and stuff. Yeah.
And hey, if you're surprised that Ted does not stand still, raise your hand. Okay.
Wow.
I can tell you right now, there's
Well,
one
I
hand
will
up.
tell you, last year when I went, I did a 5K in the park, up the hill, down the, because it's like a loop, so down the hill,
Yeah.
up the hill, down the. I did not do that this year.
I
I was like, oh, I wonder where that train goes.
yeah, right.
Oh, it's a 45-minute ride.
We're gonna
I'm in.
find out. We're
I'm
gonna find
in.
out. Yeah,
I will sit on that train.
There's
for
gonna be a
45 minutes.
breeze. There's gonna be a breeze. I like.
Can
that.
I just go again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep riding.
So while you were doing that, I actually got back on the treadmill, and I started. I said I'm gonna I call it running, but I'm gonna jog. Okay, and I'm gonna do a mile and see what my mile time is. It's just cold right off the bat. Okay. Now it was not impressive for being 46, 300 pounds. You know what I mean? It was not impressive.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, mid 40s. But I did the first one, like from not doing it at all to just doing it, with no treadmill in between, was 13:25. I was like, that's not good, right? Now, I go and I look. I go, well, okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll do that over and over until I get the time down a little bit. Then I'll go a mile and a half. Then I'll do it, over and over, and then I'll do 2 miles. I'm still on the 1 mile, okay, because I took a break. But my whole point is I went ahead and researched. I said, so what is a 5K, like a good time for a 5K? All right. Now, between 30, 40 minutes is what everybody does. Okay. So you got to be in the 30s. People that really do them in the 20s. No problem. You know, the world record. Okay. World record.
Is time for your mile.
12:51.
Yeah.
It beat my mile.
Yeah.
And I went, if you don't just immediately throw up in your mouth and lose total interest right then.
Here's the problem. You're trying to compare yourself to an elite athlete.
Well,
running full out.
But I am. I mean, I'm not far off.
Gross.
Yeah.
So you say that. I got on the treadmill this week. I was on Friday. I went twice. I went in the morning and then I went at night. And I wanted to get on. No, that was Thursday.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get on it yesterday. My knees are just, I've ruined them. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand.
It's I don't know what I've done the last year. Eat, not move. But my legs are so like I
Seems to me like you just spelled out what you did last year.
No, I
Okay.
didn't. Who said that? I think it was Mac.
That was weird. Yeah. That's why that whole stand and still thing.
Yeah.
Is anybody surprised?
My legs hurt so much these days.
Yeah. And you know what?
My knees are like, what? We're just giving up? What are we doing?
Right.
What? Why? No more of that. I can't take any more weight on these knees. Stop it.
Yeah. Well, and the treadmill doesn't take away the impact. You know what I mean? It lessens it than it would from running on
I
concrete.
wasn't. That day since I went twice, I wasn't running.
Yeah.
There was no way.
Yeah. But that's why my thing of choice used to be when I went to the gym, used to be the elliptical because it really was no impact, but it is a totally different motion. So like I'd go on and I'd be like, oh, look how fast I can do 3 miles or 5 miles. And you're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, but it's totally different.
For some reason, my legs can't figure out the elliptical.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't like it.
I like it just because there's no impact. There's still, your joints are still moving. So if your joints hurt, they're going to hurt, you know, but they're not moving as much and they're not impact.
This is riveting.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not buying one of those for my basement.
Two fat men talking about how their knees are blown out.
So let me tell you how to get in shape. This is getting in shape with Damon and Ted.
Yeah.
And if you're watching us online, you can tell that this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
This is all terrible advice.
We recently, moving is not terrible advice. Move.
Mac is
Basically what you got to do is
Mac's
move.
like, do the opposite. So
These guys have talked about how they got on the treadmill, started moving again. Oh, that's terrible advice. Just sit and be, just sit and be sedimentary. It's fine.
Yeah. Hey, tons of
Layer
fun.
upon layer.
Hey, tons of fun. Stop talking. This does not make any sense at all. So the other thing I did while we were off is I went to the dentist. Okay. I went to a new dentist and I'm sitting in this chair. Hand to God, I feel like someone's kneading my back, but I don't know how to ask the dentist lady, like, am I in a, because I didn't see him. I'm not in a fancy massage chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to,
you know how I ask?
huh?
Hey, what's up with my back?
So
That's how I ask.
So this is exactly what I said. I go, hey, is this chair doing something? That's what I said. And she goes, like what? I go, I don't know, just something. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, they got the massage thing. And I'm like, thank God. She goes, what? I go, I thought I was crazy because you just feel this little push, then another little push. I mean, it's not fast. It's not hard. It's just boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, am I like having a spaz right now? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I would not.
You know? So she goes, I can turn it off. I'm like, no, we're fine. We're on the same page. She goes, oh, I says, no, listen, I wasn't about to ask you, am I sitting in a massage chair? Do you go, no, you're sitting in a dentist chair. I said, I wasn't about to start off. And she's laughing, you know, but I said, I don't know, something, you know?
Can we go back to how you defined her as dentist lady? Was she a actual dentist or a hygienist or
teeth cleaning chick? I don't know what you want me to say.
Hygienist, I believe, is what you're looking for.
I got to be honest with you. That's how I should have said it, but I didn't.
Hey, dentist lady, is this chair doing something?
But no, we switched. We go to a new dentist now, and like I was very impressed, very happy. And then Chuck and Miss also went after me. But I'm in there, and she goes, we're gonna do a normal cleaning today. I said, that's cool. I said, just so you know, I'm one of those guys where they call it like scaling, where your gums get big and go over your teeth. Okay, so I already have small teeth to begin with. Now it's just something that happens over time. So they want to clean that teeth all the way down in there. They want to clean them.
Yeah, they got to get in your pockets.
Right. So anyway, she goes, well, I'm going to measure for that so we know what we're up against. So she's measuring and she says numbers. Now, I'm very impressed that she's like saying like, now she's grouping them 3, 3, and 3, but she's saying 9 numbers and then she's going over the computer and typing them in. Okay.
All right.
So I said, you're remembering those? She goes, yeah. So I decided I'm going to throw a wrench in this. I start talking to her while she's doing it. That wasn't a good idea. So anyway, I stopped. But anyway.
Yeah, because now she's got to go back in your mouth.
Right. So anyway, she says, and I go, so what's good? And she goes, 1, 2, or 3 is good. She goes, 4 is marginal. And she goes, 5 is where we got to really focus. She goes, but 4, we got to focus too. Gotcha. So 1, 2, and 3 is good. Gotcha. I go, you ever any 6s? Occasionally, not real often. Cool.
Goes back in your mouth. 6.
No, but my when she starts off, the next thing sounds like she's given my phone number in a movie. It's like 444 54 55
555 44
yeah
54.
And I just told her, I go, are we calling somebody in a movie? And she starts laughing, so she got the joke. And then she comes back and she goes, 5 6 4 4 5. I go, oh. I go, was that a 6? She goes, yeah. I go, is that like horrendously terrible? She goes, well, a minute ago she said that's really bad.
Yeah.
Now she's trying to play it off like, oh, this guy's got it in his mouth. She goes, no, it's not. I guess it's not terrible. And I'm like, it was a minute ago.
Yeah.
You know?
When it wasn't my mouth.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Does it cost more money to do a 6?
Yeah.
Because I'm looking now for like economically speaking.
Yeah. Can we go in a different base?
But I
Like
want
base 12. That would be a 2.
But I do want to end this with still 46 years old, now 1 cavity. Boom. Drop the mic, baby. Drop the mic.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, but no, I thought it was ironic where she's just like, yeah, so 1, 2, and 3 is good. And she literally starts off, she's like 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5. I'm like,
She's like 8, 8, 8, 2, 300.
right.
Your mouth is screwed.
What's a 0? Where'd you
Yeah.
get the 100?
Are we calling Luna carpet? What are we doing here?
You know, Luna bought them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all one. It's all one
No,
company.
it's all one company.
I'm well aware of that.
I don't know if you know this. A lot of people know this.
I know.
Well, well, talk about some PTSD out
I
there.
guess some people don't know, but
Yeah.
they're all the same company.
Hey, Mac, it's all one company. Call them both out back to back.
I just thought it was awesome because he went through that. And I'm like, I got to throw it out here.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know that they own both companies? So then,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't get my carpet company like street journal today. I apologize.
Carpet
Carpet
Weekly,
Digest.
Yeah. Carpet Digest, yeah, yeah. That's,
Sorry. I was out of the country for 40 years. I missed that. I apologize. I was on the International Space Station. I did like,
right.
how dare you not know?
Right.
Listen, I only subscribe to Shag, and I look at it mostly for the pictures.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I don't. Not touching it.
I got this laminate one that comes. It's called Not Hardwood Monthly. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I just read it for the pictures. Sure you do, Mac. And then I got one more question for both you guys. Have you ever in your life eaten a Tic Tac without shaking the box first?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what it is, but I've been around people lately, and even at Catfish Days, there was people, and I'm like, okay, I understand having breath mints because you're around people all day long.
Are you talking like? Are you saying this is equivalent to the tongs and grilling?
It is. It's very much so.
You have to clack the tongs. You got to shake the tacks.
But I do the same thing. When I take the tongs out, I'm click, 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 and then I set them on the tray to take
The only
them
time I
outside.
shake the Tic Tacs is if they get like stuck in a pattern where one
I gotcha.
one is blocking the rest from coming out. Then
Yeah.
you have to shake it to loosen them up.
Yeah.
But if I just like, hey, we got free range Tic Tacs in here. Like, yeah, they're like chickens. Like, I got free range Tic Tacs.
You shake your chickens before you eat one.
Yeah, well, if they're caged up, sure. Mac, what about you? You shake your chickens? You didn't answer the Tic Tac question.
Yeah. Do you shake your Tic Tacs before you eat them?
I honestly can't remember the last time I had a Tic Tac.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that's like asking, hey, when's the last time you had a cert?
Right.
Do they still make certs? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I'll tell you what, if they buy Tic Tacs, I better know.
No, because the new one is what the breath. What do they call them? They're the mints that come in they look like they're like the bubble tape used to be.
Oh, breath savers?
Breath savers. Those are the big thing now. But people don't shake those.
Oh, but
generally.
those used to come in. God, this is so riveting. Those used to come in lifesaver rolls. The breath savers.
Yeah, see, that wouldn't have been.
But they changed them and moved them into the bubble. Yeah.
Then you can share them and do all your
Okay.
other stuff. Right. You have
Tic
the one-
Tacs now come in like giant things. Have you seen?
Oh, I know.
those?
That's why I
Yeah.
said. But when you get those, for somebody to go, "Hey, you want a Tic Tac?" and then here, it's like you didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
bro.
I know what they are.
Yeah. It's
Is
like-
that are those your like low rent maracas?
right now? If you're talking to my kid who's 15, and you're like, "You want a Tic Tac?" and they're like, "Huh?" Then you go, then you do
Oh,
that.
now I'm interested.
Oh, that's like saying, "Do you want some chiclet gum?" You
Wait,
know what I
did
mean?
you
People
see,
don't know what it is.
I don't. It's been a while, but they had like it was Instagram. Probably I saw it because I'm not really on the talk.
God,
It was like life hack, and they flipped it over and they opened the lid, and there's like an indent in the lid that'll hold one Tic Tac.
no.
Yeah, like okay, well you're holding it upside down, so a Tic Tac's going to come out regardless. Like I don't need that little, like.
Right.
And also, who eats a Tic Tac?
Right. Well, the calories. You
Yeah.
don't want.
Yeah, right.
You don't want.
Well, if I'm sharing, you get one.
yeah. Which coincidentally lands in the lid. That's the one you get.
Yeah.
You get lid tack. That's what you get.
Disappointed. I think I lost my maracas in the move.
You had maracas.
Yeah, those little tiny ones. Remember?
You moved.
I would have thought he had Tic Tacs. I'd have been
Yeah.
like, "Are you eating Tic? Were you going to shake it right now?"
That was going to be the gag.
I knew it. That was going to be the bet.
It's
Yeah.
the ones that I got when I bought the kazoos. You remember that, Nicole? The kazoo?
I remember the kazoo. Right. Sure.
Yeah, those went. Oh, that went to my house. She hated him so much.
I still have mine.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm going back to last week when we were talking about Catfish Days. They didn't have a whistle at first, Mac, for the mud volleyball.
No way.
Yeah, so someone went to the dollar store and bought like a bag of candy. Like it was something you'd put in like a 3-cent pinata.
Yeah.
It was candy from 1974 and whistles that were literally like,
Yeah.
So the guy doing the A hat,
Yeah.
I won't tell you what A stands for, but you can guess.
Yeah.
A hat was just doing this. Tweet,
Yeah.
tweet.
Yeah. I'd have been like, woo.
At one point, Damon was like, "Is he just saying tweet?" I'm like, "I don't."
Yeah.
That guy, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
The guy who flew up here from Florida to go to Catfish Days got heckled so bad for his officiating, did not show up for the second day of Catfish Days.
Wow, really?
Yet he was imported for
Yeah.
said event.
Brought all the way to Florida. It was like,
Yeah.
no, I can't.
I
can't show my face.
That anybody from Florida knows about volleyball? Is that what it
Well,
is?
he's from the area, so he just moved
Yeah,
out there.
gotcha.
Yeah.
He was here last year. It was
Yeah.
and he was the one that was kind of like facilitating things. Didn't show up the second time. He was so upset.
What's weird, I was going to go into my TCO of the week, and when you said it, I should have been like, my TCO of the week is A hat for not for not coming back for the second night of imported mud volleyball.
That will remain a mystery.
Yes, right. So instead, I'll go with the man I have. Baltimore man falls into Mount Vesuvius after dropping cell phone, and that headline is correct. It's a 23-year-old man that was at the volcano summit trying to take a selfie. He lost the grip on his phone, according to the expert. Let's see here. After he dropped his cell phone while trying to take a selfie, he tried to reach for the device. The man fell several meters into the mouth of the volcano. And then here's the part that I don't like. The man was rescued by local guides in a helicopter.
Please tell me he fell back in the next day.
the helicopter fell in. That would have been so good.
No, the next day he went back with a different phone.
Yeah, he went back to get his phone.
Guys,
With a selfie stick. I had to reach my selfie stick. But it says, let's see here. The man and three relatives were hiking on an unauthorized trail when he fell. Okay. They're still deciding whether or not they're going to press charges, but he just had minor injuries.
this brings to the point that I saw a picture of a rock that is top heavy, barely balancing on its base. And I don't remember, it was in some Middle East country. And they're like, yeah, if this was in the United States, that rock could be on the ground by now. Because for some reason, we just can't not touch things and leave it alone. You know what I mean? Like, we are constantly like, yeah, that's been around for, tens of thousands of years. Please don't touch. Oh, let me get on there real quick, though.
Right.
I need to take a picture.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that none of you want to touch it, and that's fine. I respect that. I need my photo.
That is, so when I went out to Boston and you do the whole Plymouth Rock thing and you go see it, I know.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying
I know
is,
what you're saying. Yeah.
but what I'm saying is they don't let anybody anywhere near it, right?
Yeah.
Because instead of you just being able to walk up next to a rock and take a cool picture,
Yeah.
people were too stupid that they had to take away your rock privileges.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, something bad's going to happen with that.
Same with the lip. Well, it's already cracked. Why can't I go touch the bell?
Right.
I don't understand.
But that is the worst way, not only with kids, but with anybody. If you tell somebody, hey, don't touch that. Me all the time when a guy brings out a plate of food and goes, don't touch that, it's hot. What's the first thing I do?
Oh, I immediately touch it.
I touch it just to see
I touch it and make eye contact just to be like,
yeah, just to see what your idea of hot is.
I was just going to say, this is your hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, man.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
Yeah, you're crying.
Please turn your head.
Yeah.
Please turn your head.
Go away. I'm going to need medical attention. Yeah. But what I'm saying is
Call 911.
if you don't want somebody to touch something, your best thing is don't put up a sign that says, please do not touch. Okay. Because honestly, most people won't climb on something. They'll stand right next to it. Well, I don't want them to touch it. If they're standing next to it, it's way better than them trying to get at it.
The problem is that went out the window at some point. Once we gave everyone like Hollywood quality cameras that they could carry around with them. They're like, well, look what I can do. Look what I can do. And now people just do whatever they want.
Right. Well, they had to make a TikTok.
Yeah.
How'd the rock fall?
Yeah.
Okay. During my TikTok, I was singing.
Hey guys, this is Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah.
I just want to see it real quick.
And then he starts singing the Applebee's song, doing his little dance. Oh, and the phone falls in.
I think I'd go with baby back ribs. I want my baby back ribs.
No, I was singing the TikTok one, the one where, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, let's do a couple of fun facts because the TCO of the week, that guy, again, I'm glad he didn't die.
No,
I guess
it sounds like people from that checks out.
It does. Yeah. No, because you're overseas. You're seeing something awesome that you should never be near, and yet you go, you know what? That beaten path, that's not for me. I got to go this way.
Right.
I blaze my own trails like Christopher Columbus did,
Yeah, this has stayed pristine and sacred for years.
Yeah.
Well, time to ruin that.
Yeah, well, I'm from Baltimore, so it doesn't apply to me.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this guy did. And again, the fact that he only had like minor like bumps and bruises, I don't think
he has learned nothing.
Yeah, the punishment didn't fit the crime. I'm going to tell you right now. He's going to Mount St. Helens now. He's going to be taking a hey, you guys saw me at Vesuvius.
Hey, I survive volcanoes, so
Right.
I can do whatever I want.
Right. Next time, I'm just jumping in after it. Yeah. Please do. So here's my first fun fact. When you stand at the geographic South Pole, you probably know where this is going, all lines of longitude converge at that exact point. So you're literally standing in all 24 time zones. You can step from today into yesterday and back into tomorrow.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, why is that funny that it's pretty cool? I like it.
I just think it's funny that Ted is not impressed. He's just like, yes, I've contemplated time travel before, Damon.
Yeah. If you park your DeLorean,
Right.
if you park your DeLorean right here.
If you counterclockwise your DeLorean,
I gotcha.
you're fast forwarding the Earth.
Gotcha. But I do think it's pretty cool because you'd be like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Then you just step back. No, I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah.
And then you just, okay, it's done. You know?
Well, same with the international dateline. We just arbitrarily like, here.
Yeah, right.
Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, it's tomorrow, man. I don't have time for that. I gotta go.
Yeah. Sorry. That's that whole, you want to fight me, bro? Cross this line. You know?
But we, if no one has looked up where we are literally at the edge of the central time zone.
Correct.
So like the sun goes down for us sooner than the people at the other end of the central time zone.
Right. Yeah.
And like I was like, wow, it's really late and light out here. Like, oh, that's right. I'm on the edge. Screw you, mountain.
Right.
Or I was in Eastern one. I was like, well, what's going on? Oh, that's right. It's just hitting Central now. All right. I'm with you. Well, you know, they used to like do that like before they set up time zones and stuff.
Yeah.
It was basically, you know, they would go by noon where you're, but then every town, it wasn't like, hey, this wide swath of area was Central Time Zone. You'd be on the train and you'd be like, wasn't it noon? Just like, like 2 towns back? It's
cool.
noon again?
I'm not late for work anymore. Yeah. This is so great.
Yeah, the trains finally were like, all right, guys, we got to come up with a system.
Yeah.
Because the entire state of Illinois cannot have a train stopping at noon and it all be a different time.
Right. Yeah. I got on at noon. I got off at noon.
Yeah.
So what, did you go anywhere? Yeah. Like miles.
I got on
miles.
in Gary and got off in Quincy. What are you talking about? Look it up.
Yeah. Don't get on in Gary.
Oh yeah, don't get off at Gary.
Yeah, don't get off at Gary.
Get on
right?
at Gary.
Yeah, if you get a chance, fly right through Gary. Matter of fact, don't let nobody pull the string further.
Could they invent planes? I want to fly over Gary.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I'm scared to fly. I'll get in a plane to go over Gary.
And we're not talking about the city. We're just talking about anyone named Gary.
Yeah, Gary guy's pretty shady. So here I got one here. In the 1980s, people living on the border of forest in India and Bangladesh were issued plastic face masks to wear on the back of their heads. Tiger attacks virtually stopped because the tigers thought people were looking at them when their backs were turned.
Yeah, this was for the tigers.
So you mean to tell me that if I stare at a tiger, it's not going to attack me?
All right, I'm gonna back up to last week.
Yeah.
What if that woman in the apartment just has a tiger? A blind tiger, but it can hear. So she just has to sing to like, you know.
I got no eyes in my tiger. It can't see shit. Bumping off everything in my apartment. How does that song go? I don't know.
The eyes in the back of my head, tiger.
So, but in reality, is the tiger more tripped out than that? It looks like you're looking at them with your back turned. Like, are they like, hey,
no? I think it's just eyes. I think it's just it won't move if it thinks it's being watched.
Really?
Because it can't sneak up on you. But it'd be great if they're coming across. Here's your mask. Here's your mask. Here's your mask. You know what? Go ahead. Here's your mask. Here's your mask.
They give me one. The eyes are closed. just put it on, Damon.
Wait, they're like, hold on real quick. And they just paint hair over the top of it. Just put that in you. You just look at the back of my head. Don't worry about it. It's a mask. Go on.
I got the cousin it. They give me that one from the Addams Family. It's like, wait a minute now.
No, that'd be great. Put this on the back of your head. Put this on the back of the head. Put this on your face. Put this on the back of the head.
So I got 2. Yeah.
You just have a face mask over your face.
How did he get mauled from the front? Okay, here's what happened. Okay.
There's no eye holes in this. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I can't breathe. You won't need to. We're good. Just relax. There's no way you're outrunning them. We're all good. Yeah. Then they tell me you're the caboose. I'm marching at the end.
Wow. Hey, sir, can you hold this catnip while you're walking too?
Right. Exactly.
Why did they stop? Did they say why they stopped? Because you said it was in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't know
Did the
why.
tigers finally figure it out?
Well, you got me holding the catnip. I could just imagine the whole crowd, instead of being like doing some awesome chant, they're like, meow, 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 meow. You know, it's like, what the hell's going on? They're trying.
Are they singing the meow mix?
Are they trying to entice a cat out of the woods onto me?
Meow over here. Meow over that guy. Meow that guy. Maul that guy.
Put this on right meow. Yeah. Yeah. That is, though, that's the catch. So everybody else gets faces painted backwards. Mine has a face, just the eyes are closed. I would be like 2 big googly eyes just on the back, like a hat, and just put it on. Be like, no, I'm looking at you, boy. So, but no, it shows a tiger, like, kind of, it looks like it's in the stalking. It's watching. It's very much watching. Because
I think by the 90s, one of the tigers like, those eyes haven't moved in a decade.
Right.
Let's try it. Let's try eating this first guy.
Hey, Bill, give it a shot. Come on.
Okay,
What's the worst thing's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Yeah. Hey, if nothing else, eat the fat guy with 2 sets of hair.
What's the worst going to happen? Someone going to wear his suit? Come on. You're going to be a rug in someone's library? Come on.
Yeah, he's like, I went here for the guy with 2 sets of hair. I was fine. Come on, man. But dude, I'm making myself crack up. Here's the deal. You believe that? Yeah. I do believe that.
Instantly.
But when it says, though, that tiger attacks virtually stopped because the tigers thought people were looking at them when their backs were turned. My first thought was, how smart's that tiger to be like, his feet are pointing that way. But he's looking at me. This guy's possessed. You know?
Either that guy's got a front butt,
right.
Or he's looking at me from behind.
Wait a minute. Are we in a convenience store? That's not a front butt then. We are okay. I'm going to tell you right now. But no, that's absolutely how people would treat me. That's absolutely. Here, I need you to put this mask on. By the way, if you could walk forward, why don't you put your hand on my shoulder? Shut your eyes.
Mask for you. Mask for you. Mask for you. We're out of masks. Okay, good. Mask for you. Mask for you.
We don't have one that'll fit your rather bulbous melon. So we're going to keep handing them out to the other people.
Good luck.
Yeah. If you could do me a favor, if you could walk I know you're in the middle of the line here. You're in the middle of the mask line. You could get to the end.
Oh, wait. You know what we were supposed to tell you? Closet.
Yeah. Closet. That's right.
Yeah. Thanks, Mac.
We're supposed to tell me that. Okay. So, but I forgot what you were talking about when you said it. Oh, you went down.
Yeah. Branson money.
You went to Branson money.
In the closet.
Yes. I have to do this. Okay. I have not watched the show yet. I don't know if I can bring myself to do the show. But there's a show out called, I think it's called Flogging.
I have not seen that.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. You got real excited.
I know.
Yeah,
I wanted to see what you go with that. But
yeah, I was like, oh, cool. You can walk me through this. No,
you were more of a '90s tiger than an '80s tiger. I've seen it. I don't care.
You had 2 eyes of the tiger going. In my defense, I don't know if I'm going to watch it or not. What this is someone sneaking into someone's house and living there without them knowing.
And that's called flogging?
I think it's called, I don't think it's called frogging. Maybe it's frogging. Maybe it's.
I think it's flogging. You think it's flogging?
No, it's one of the two. It's not, I didn't think it was frogging. If it's frogging, maybe it's PHF or PHR. I'm not sure. It's something weird like that, but it's auging. Okay. But there's a show about it. And it's basically where you're living in someone's house without them knowing. That would totally trip me out. My wife recorded it. And she asked my daughter, do you want to watch this? I'm like, you don't want my 13-year-old daughter to watch about a show about people living in her house.
Closet.
No. Yeah, closet. Right, closet. You are correct. Yeah. But that's what made me think of that is that's a lot of places where they hide.
But have you seen those stories where it'd be like, woman finds man living in her house for 2 years, never knew about it?
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess that's, so I don't know if it's a challenge.
Here's the thing, be like, man, I live by myself. We're going through a lot of milk. A lot of it.
I was just thinking like toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Toilet paper.
I bought 2-ply. Now it's 1-ply.
Yeah,
Did someone like take a ply off of this?
Yeah.
Now in your house, it'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Now it's invisible. I only had 1-ply to start. Or you know what you do? You find a note on the counter. Buy better toilet paper. Yeah. You're like, oh no. The note came from inside the house.
The pooping's coming from inside the house.
So I hand to God, I will do a little research and I will watch at least an episode of the show.
You couldn't remember the word closet for 10 minutes during the show.
Yeah.
You're going to go home and research the show?
No.
We're going to come back next week and you'll be like, hand to God, I did not research that show.
Yeah. Bigger high five to God. Way up here. I'm going to tell you right now. Didn't see a thing.
Hey, God saw this coming.
Yeah.
So,
one of us called this, the big guy.
Yeah.
Not this one. So, but no.
Jesus. Yeah, that's the guy.
But what's funny is you're like, oh, you said to say closet. I'm like, yeah, what were we talking about?
Yeah, no. You just say closet. I did?
So,
what?
I picked the best code word ever. It's like, hey, just tell me about this. I'll remember. Okay, guys, now remind me what I was going to say.
If I would have said frogging, would you?
I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. We have a guy that's doing nothing in the other room.
Yeah. Well, he's got shoulders and a microphone, so you got to be careful.
I hit the Google with my shoulders.
You talk about an escaped squid, and the guy's Googling Earth from every angle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, that aquarium's right next to the water. That could happen.
Math.
That could happen.
Math does not work in
Hi,
this.
is this the International Space Station?
Yeah.
Can you see the farts?
Is there any methane? Yeah. Then you're like, I don't know how it's spelled. Yeah, I don't know either. Just quiet.
I see you haven't worked in your New Zealand accent since last week either.
Yeah, so here's my last fun fact, and this is my favorite. The word stressed is dessert spelled backwards.
That is true.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's all.
End of story.
Yeah, end of story.
Yeah.
End of story. So, because I will tell you right now, if
I'll
I'm
play the music.
There goes the outro. Hit them tunes. So no, again, it's a fun fact, but it's something that I very much, if you're stressed, I hate to say it, that's what a lot of people do when they're stressed. I'm not saying they eat desserts. They might eat chips. They might eat this, but they eat a lot of junk food. You know what I mean? Generally. And then you justify, you're like, oh, but I'm stressed. Well, then you're not sleeping right and you've ate junk food. It's like you've made it the whole circle worse, you know?
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, like I said, I've had
my knees are down there. Like, tell me some news, buddy.
Yeah. I talked to the gut and enjoyed the Twinkies. However, I'm carrying it around. You don't like Twinkies, do you? I love Twinkies.
It's not like I don't like them. I'm just. Oh, can I? All right.
Hold on. Closet.
You just closeted me.
Closet.
All right. I am at work.
Yes.
Again, I don't talk much about my work reasons, but I work in IT. We know that, right? We've discussed that.
Yeah.
But I'm helping out. I'm taking a load of stuff out for a customer, not something I would normally do.
Gotcha.
But there's a mistake. Something happened. There are 15 boxes, let's say about 20 by 20 by 20. So these are large boxes on a cart. I take them out. The woman is not expecting to pick these up at the place of work. So she's moving stuff around. She's putting her seats down. She's moving chairs, assuming she probably takes to soccer with her kids or whatever. So I'm handing, she's like, oh, you don't need to do that. I'm like, look, I'm helping. She's like, I just do it by myself. I'm like, they're not going to miss me in there. What I'm doing for you has nothing to do with what's going on in there. Do not worry about it. We're not going to miss me.
Right.
Get all these boxes in. She's like, oh, I have to give you a tip. I'm like, I can't take a tip. Policy, whatever.
Right. No, understood. Yeah.
I'm not going to get in trouble because you think you need to do something nice for me. It's dumb that I get put in that position, but here's where we're at. Now, I found a quarter in the back of her cart. I'm like, hey, I'm going to tip you. You can go to Aldi.
Gotcha.
There's actually one right around the corner.
For the cart?
But, yeah, for the cart. So then she's like, well, I got to do something. Let me buy you a coffee. I have a coffee in work because I got a large coffee. She's like, well, do you eat cookies? And I was like, no, I don't eat cookies. And she's like, you don't eat cookies?
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
Because this is what her brain did.
Yeah.
Her brain was like,
no way this guy
that
doesn't
fatty
eat
eats cookies. You question his fat ass right here, right now. Right here, right now. You question him.
Make him take his hat off.
And I was like, no, actually, I shouldn't have cookies. I have type 2 diabetes. I should not have cookies. Oh, well, you can't have noodles then either. I'm like, why are we going to noodles? Why is that the immediate dump?
She knows you're going to carve up at some point today.
And I was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you what. We do customer satisfaction surveys. Come in here, get a thing, do a survey for the store. They helped you out. I don't need to be a part of it. Just help. If you want to help someone out and pass it forward, do this. We walk in. She goes to the person who I work with maybe at most twice a month.
Yeah.
Usually once a quarter, right? I tried to buy him cookies and he says he doesn't eat cookies. What does he eat? She's like, I don't know what he eats. And it's like, this guy clearly eats. Something has to be eaten by this guy. The whole time I'm standing there like, is this a joke? What's going on?
You're being punked.
Yeah. I just helped you move 15 heavy boxes into your car and now I'm getting ripped on because I'm a fat ass. I get it. I've seen I can look down, lady.
That is, you know what?
So then,
I'm glad we closeted you because this is a good story.
They hand her the thing that, and she's like, "Who's X and Y?" And that was the people that work in there. And
yeah,
because their names are already on the thing. And she's like, "Oh, that's me." And the lady's like, "Well, I don't want to do a survey for you." And I'm like, "Oh, this is just, you know what? I'm never helping anyone again." That's the whole point of that. But oh my god, I have never been like, I want to punch someone more. Like, you don't eat cookies?
Yeah.
How dare you lie to my face?
I would have just left. She went, liar.
I was expecting you to pop up from around the corner and be like, ha ha.
Can you believe that? I feel like his friend eats cookies.
I apologize. Yeah, I'll take them. You got any Twinkies? I'm good with those too. So I apologize for closeting your Twinkies comment, but I figured you'd want to hear that. I mean, she went from this guy, I really appreciate you helping me, to like, how dare you lie to my face? Right? Like, angrily. You don't eat cookies. I've seen some bull honky in my day, son.
I was going to say, look, if there's a stereotype of anyone that eats cookies in this parking lot, it is you.
Do you mean right now you're not eating cookies?
So now when you say no cookies, you mean no pasta?
Right. Well, I know you don't eat noodles. What are we talking about?
What are we?
You didn't offer noodles.
Were we going Chips Ahoy or Panera Bread? What were we doing? Where are we going here?
Are we going to Olive Garden?
Yeah.
I don't need that. We get that 4 times a week at home.
Right. All right. Hey, that was an absolutely perfect closet. That was a necessary closet.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go on to our strange story for today.
Wait. That's all we have time for. That's all we have time for.
Hey, we gave him the whole thing last week.
Yeah.
Sorry about your bad luck, Dave. So anyway,
I did that on purpose.
Aussie bloke reveals he's a professional funeral crasher.
Are we like importing our
this one here
our strange stories?
Yeah,
because last week it was New Zealand, right? Now this week it's Aussie.
Yeah. But here's the deal. When I read this headline that he's a funeral crasher, I know what wedding crashers are.
Yeah.
I've seen other people too, like they crash backyard parties or this or that, but a funeral crasher.
No. I didn't mention earlier, but we met Branson Brian. We were at Silver Dollar City Brian. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
We have Fudge Brian. We have Podcast Brian. We have to ask Comedy/Funeral Brian, does this exist? Because Comedy Brian works at a funeral home. So I want to hear the story, and then I'm going to ask Comedy Brian if this is a thing.
So it says, one Australian bloke, so yes, we know this is overseas, has revealed the most outlandish of job positions that sees him secretly crash funerals on behalf of the deceased. Now, I have seen posts online with scantily clad chicks all in black with an umbrella that says, for $200, I'll come and just tell great stories about you when you're gone. La, la. And I'll still spark, or they won't say anything. They'll just stand there and then leave. And people are like, who's that? You know?
Can we get in on this business?
That's what I'm saying. Okay. So I want to see where this goes because we know people in the funeral home business. We might have like ins.
Right.
We might like have ways in the building.
Yeah. If you have known someone that doesn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Right. But they had money.
Right. So it says, Bill, who has coined himself the Coffin Confessor, is a coffin. So he's got to be given great news. This has got to be awesome. Is a private investigator who has worked closely with clients who are on their deathbed. Often at times in his line of work, the clients are discovering some pretty damning news that they don't quite have the strength to address or call out in their state.
Get Wing May on the phone, Mac.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, when we said before about the, the comedy prognosticator, the stand-up prognosticator where you're giving the bad news.
Right.
This is kind of the same thing. It's like, hold on, I'm going to throw this whole place for a loop right now because he was on his deathbed holding your hand and you get your, but now that's not your last memory. Here's your last memory.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Tony.
Right. So it says that's where Bill comes in. The crux of his job description was revealed that he's entrusted to crash deceased funeral and reveal a secret that they had while they were alive. He might rock up at their funeral. This again overseas, or the wake, or even during the reading of the will. That dude, talk about timing. Wow. So it says he explained how he managed to come about this line of work. He said, my first client was Graham. He was a gentleman that I had been investigating a claim for a while. I got to know him. I only got to know him personally for only a short while. He had cancer. He was close to death. We got to talking about death and the afterlife and all things surrounding death. I suggested he do his own eulogy, which some people do that.
Yeah, they record it.
Sure. They do that, which is kind of trippy, but I mean, it is what it is, you know? He said he'd been to plenty of funerals where the eulogies just aren't shown out of disrespect, or the family won't show them. So like if he does his own, they're just gonna be like, yeah, well, it was too harsh. Graham was a deck. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're not gonna show it. He said, so I suggested I crash his funeral for him. However, that wasn't the most unconventional request of the situation, as Bill would later reveal what he was asked to say at Graham's funeral. He continued, he wanted me to out his best mate for trying to sleep with his wife while he was on his deathbed. That's pretty harsh. Now it says this guy had cancer, so I'm guessing he might have been our age.
Well,
he was younger. Yeah, he was younger. He wasn't
a slow death.
He probably wasn't an end of life guy. You know what I mean? He was a middle life guy.
Yeah,
and it got in.
Right.
And so his buddy says, well, no sense in waiting.
His buddy was like when you're eating a pizza and you're like, hey, you can finish that?
Right. Yeah.
I just started on. Yeah, but if you think halfway through you're not going to finish it.
But then when you go visit them, you're like, look, I would take care of everything around your house.
Yeah.
And I mean everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So the kids now call me daddy.
Yeah. Call me Uncle Jart.
Right.
From lawn to dawn, I take care of it
He
all.
just starts going.
Yeah. It's like from lawn to dawn, I take care of it all. Don't be disillusioned by the fact your wife's name is Dawn. It's a coincidence.
Right. But I may or may not have jarted her.
It's
Anyway,
coincidence.
he also asked me to remove 3 people from the congregation that he hadn't seen in 30 years.
Hey, real quick, gotta start real quick. Welcome to the Open Casket Open Mic. I gotta ask you out. Let's go.
So you're the bouncer.
Yeah.
And you're going to read the eulogy.
Come on. Get that walker moving. Let's go.
Oh, of course, the shock at the funeral as Bill read out Graham's eulogy and outed his mate was evident, with Bill recalling that his best friend left the funeral pretty quickly. I got news for you. Probably wasn't your best friend at that time, okay? He was just some dude that was shady as hell. So anyway.
Well, at that point, he's already ruined everything. I would just be like, well, look at the top. I have got a thing.
The wife gets up and leaves at the same time. They came in the same car. Well, this is awkward.
Yeah.
This is really awkward.
Well, yeah, because she's up in the seats, like at front. Hey, psst,
psst, we're going to bounce.
Can you get a ride? I forgot you have the keys. Hey, Bill, quiet down for a second. Do you have the key?
Even better, though, as if you know how the family all get into different limos.
Yeah.
They're the only 2 that gets in a front limo. And when the driver shows up, he's like, oh my God, the things I've seen. On the way to
Hey, can you swing through Jefferson Street?
On the way to the gravesite. Can we Oh, I don't even want to do it. I don't know what they say across these, but the bloke had a clapping good time.
Wow.
Right? That's what I'm going to say. So when asked why his approach is taken after passing rather than why he's still alive, Bill replied, most of it's because they don't have the strength to get up and punch the person, in fact, that's hurting them. So basically, when these people are finding this stuff out, they're on their deathbed.
Yeah.
And they're saying, hey, I want to call. But again, I hate to say it, but and again, I've never been in a situation, I hope I'm not, but I very well could be because I know me. When you walk in to pay your last respects to somebody, say you get that time and they squeeze your hand and go, go pound sand. You know what I mean? And you're like, so what's his last words to you? He said, good luck. You know?
He said someone kicking rocks.
Yeah. He said, good luck. I don't know.
Yeah.
He said he wants his wife to move on. Okay.
This is just going to sound terrible, but I don't like going to funerals and you only know one person in the family.
Yeah.
And you get there and you see that they're the last person in line and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, sorry for your loss. Oh, well, wait.
Yeah.
You all right, man?
He's just cracking up.
And they're like, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I'm with Johnny down there at the end of the line. And like the whole family hates him.
Yeah,
He's the black sheep.
That's why they're. Yeah, I was just gonna say that's why they're in the line. You're like, oh, I didn't know this till I showed up, but I didn't realize he was an end of the liner. So
yeah. You know what's weird? That's his dad up there in the box, and you got him all the way down there. So I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, I'm not here for good. I should have stopped at Johnny and just kind of cut out a line. He's an end of liner.
yeah, you're. Yeah, I didn't know that. Sorry, man.
Yeah, if you're an end of liner, that's not good.
Can I get like a fast pass and just come in the exit?
Yeah.
Is there like an exit entry?
You got the light up thing from the restaurant. Bzzz. It's
Yeah.
my turn to go tell Johnny my condolences.
My magic band just said my lightning lane's ready. Can I just come in the back way?
You roll up in a wheelchair, just trying to find the front of the line. Where'd you get the wheelchair? I don't know. There's a guy laying in the
You're just
parking
like,
lot.
Hey. And he like looks over, you're like, just slide a fist out. Sorry, man. I'm gonna go.
If you could just turn me around.
Yeah.
Have a hell of a time with this chair.
Yeah. I don't know how to use one of these.
I just got out of the parking lot. There's just a guy frailing around.
Yeah. There's a guy who needs this back real quick.
You park it next to him. Thanks, buddy. And you walk off.
Yeah. Oh, you want to round these friends? Yeah. He's an end of the liner. I get it.
But it says, so in closing here, it says, it's not all bad either. He says, there's some good, some bad, some funny, some sad. He goes, there's quite a range of funerals that I've crashed. The Coffin Confessor charges Australian $2,000 to $10,000. I don't know.
That's probably like 25 to 1,200 to 12,000, 2,500 to 12,000 probably.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I mean, the dollar's kind of volatile right now.
Yeah.
Not on our screen, Mac.
But he says, this per client, and he never gets a complaint. So that's pretty good way. You know what? I've never had anybody. Man, you have no reviews on Yelp, none whatsoever. Oh, okay. So the dollar's what? Oh, $1.43.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not
So
on our screen, Mac. Means whatever, guys.
Yeah. I control the screen. I do the killing.
I have the power here.
Yeah.
All right, He-Man.
Yeah, sure.
By the
She-Ra.
power of Google,
Yeah.
I have the power.
He pulls up the squid route one more time. Look, I'm telling you, he could have made it across this parking lot.
2 rolls, he's in that.
I'm telling you right now, could have been there. Could have been there.
One leg hits the ground twice. He's in there.
He's got 8 of them. I mean, he's got 8. You know,
Is that a squid or a small Ferris wheel? We're making a break for it.
Even if you count, I don't know, but that Eiffel guy's really mad at him. Is that a Ferris? Oh, it must be a Ferris. Yeah. But no, realistically, if I was to ever, it would be cool to like do the funny stuff, and that it would really suck. You'd almost have to have a personal animosity towards the people.
Yeah.
Like, I hate that guy. I'd love to get some dirt on him and go talk to him when his dad dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's the only way you could do it.
Yeah. So are we gonna start? Can we do this? Can we have that checks out, Rex you out? Can we do that?
That wrecks out.
Yeah, that Rex out.
That would you check out and then we wreck out. That's how it goes. That'd be so great. Where can I find us, Ted?
You can find us at our new website. That Rex out. You can find us at thatchecksout.net. Again, this week we'd like to remind you that we have updated the website. Please give us your feedback. Please subscribe on our YouTube, on our other socials. Please share. Please give this to all your friends and family, even if you don't like them.
Yeah.
You can find us at all the socials. That checks out. WTT stands for with Damon and Ted. For Damon and Mac, I've been Ted. Thank you very much. That Checks Out has been a TCO Productions. We appreciate you listening.
Well, you got tickled by that, didn't you, Matt?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
No, I was looking at something on Reddit.
That was awesome.